Hello again. We are finishing up our discussion of graphing parabolas by a discussion of how to convert the quadratic equations that are already in vertex form to those that are in standard form. So let's review what those two forms look like. Vertex form is this one here, f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, where a and h and k are all replaced with numbers. Standard form is a x squared plus bx plus c. And yes, they both have a in it, and yes, a takes on the same value in both forms of that quadratic function. All right, so how do I get from one to the other? Well, you'll notice that vertex form, where I'm starting, has parentheses and an exponent, and standard form doesn't have any of these. So that requires some expansion. So I'm going to expand x minus h squared by squaring a binomial. We've talked about how to do that. We're going to multiply those parentheses by a. We're going to add k, and then we'll be done. So here's a couple of examples. We need to rewrite 2 times x minus 3 squared minus 7 in standard form. So the first thing we do is we square x minus 3, meaning multiply x minus 3 times itself. All right? So that is x minus 3 times x minus 3, and if you FOIL that out or use distributive property, that is x squared minus 3x minus another 3x plus 9. The next step is to multiply that by 2, and I will get 2 times x squared minus 6x plus 9, and that is 2x squared minus 12x plus 18. So my last step in simplifying is just to add on that negative 7 or subtract 7, however you want to think about it. And then my final function becomes 2x squared minus 12x plus 11. And that is standard form, so I'm done. Okay. Another example, last example to do this. F of x equals negative 3 times x plus 1 squared plus 4. So the first thing I do is I square the x plus 1. Remember, that means I multiply x plus 1 by itself. So that is x squared plus x plus another x plus 1. So that's x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now I'm ready to multiply the parentheses by the negative 3 that's outside using distributive property. And that gives me negative 3x squared minus 6x minus 3. Still a plus 4 at the end. And so my last step is to add 4 to that negative 3. And that gives me negative 3x squared minus 6x plus 1. All right, so now that function is in standard form. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions about that, please let me know, and I will see you tomorrow.